Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today I wanted to talk about how symptoms are not failures. Alright? Symptoms are not failures. So another gorgeous day at the lake, let you take a peek. And I'm just down on one cove, and the lake is probably, 100 acres, so it's pretty big. I think there's about 100 homes on the lake. So, listen to the birds. Check out the beautiful scenery. Let your breathing relax, your body relax. Slow your system down. That's something you can do at any place, anytime. Even if you're stressed out in the middle of an event, party, work, grocery store, wherever. So, symptoms are not failures. One of the things I notice in talking to a lot of people is that they're very judgmental about themselves and their navigation through this chronic pain world. And once they learn about TMS, perceived danger pain, many people come to the conclusion, all right, great, Dan, you're telling me that my body's not the problem. So what's wrong with me? Do I have a mental problem? Do I have an emotional problem? You know, and you start hearing about how emotions, repressed emotions, are the challenge. So everybody starts thinking, I must have a repressed emotion problem. All right? And so we can start to judge or blame ourselves. And I've even had people say, well, you know, I did this to myself, so how do I expect to get out of it? Right? And if you've ever had those thoughts, or you know the right things to do, but you're having a tough time implementing. And so there's a lot of judgment that surrounds this recovery process, the people who are trying to recover from TMS, perceived danger pain. And symptoms are not your fault. Symptoms are not failures. All it means is your brain is still perceiving danger. Period. End of discussion. It doesn't have to be more complex than that. And if you are judging yourself and criticizing yourself as failing in this effort, is that a message of safety? Do you feel good when somebody says it's your fault? No, definitely not. So it's really not your fault, and you're not failing. You have not yet successfully taught your brain to turn off the symptoms, because the brain needs a little more convincing. And if you've had symptoms for a while, and you've managed to remain calm and reassuring and got the right mindset for 30 minutes or 3 hours or 3 days, and you're pissed off that the symptoms haven't shut off yet, brain's just not convinced yet. It does take consistency. It does take practice. It does take adjustments, right? None of this is your fault. Don't view yourself as failing at this. And I know people who have had symptoms for many years, and they've managed to be calm for 2 or 3 days, and they're pissed off that the symptoms haven't just shut off yet. And I'm not saying it's going to take 5 years to teach the brain safety after 5 years of symptoms, but you can just understand that if the brain's been up here for 5 years, and now you just got I'm okay, three days, the brain's not convinced yet. Consistency over time is what gets the job done here. Right? I've used the analogy of every time we go through the day, we make small little adjustments, right? And it's those little adjustments, lessons learned, that will help us get to the other side of these symptoms. We're not broken, we're not damaged, we're just teaching our brain that we're actually not in the danger that it's perceiving. So these little adjustments are based on the lessons we learn along the way. And with continued adjustments, we're eventually going to get there. We're going to get to the other side. So if you're viewing the presence of symptoms as the fact that you're failing at this, recognize, number one, as simple as I make the concepts out to be, and they are simple, perceived danger is a problem, safety is a solution. As simple as the concepts are, this stuff's challenging, folks. can be challenging. Why? Because the natural response to symptoms and pain is, oh no, I got a problem. And then per my message yesterday in the, too much thinking keeps symptoms persistent, the oh no typically is followed by, uh-oh, what do I have to do? And what am I doing? And the too much thinking sometimes includes, this is my fault, I'm not doing it right. So all this stuff comes full circle. Yesterday's video is talking about we don't have to believe that thinking. We don't have to engage in it. We can literally shift our attention from this worry about the future and worry about whether or not you're going to get better and switch it to, well, I'm actually okay now. And so, this is not something you have to do all day, every day. People say to me a lot, I'm getting tired of reassuring myself all day, every day. I tell my mantra 57 times and, I wake up in the morning and I've got this routine where I kind of teach myself that I'm okay. And my general response to that is, well, if there was nothing to fix, why are you talking to your brain so often? And the other thing that came up in today's group coaching call is the brain does not understand negatives. Somebody was saying, before they eat, every time they say, this food is not dangerous. The brain doesn't hear the not. The brain just hears food dangerous, because why would you be telling yourself that something's not dangerous that you're about to eat? Right? It just doesn't make sense. And the example I gave was, I used to play golf a lot, and if I ever stood on the tee thinking to myself or somebody saying to me, hey, don't hit it in the lake, where do you think the golf ball's going? It's going in the lake. We don't understand negatives. Don't think about a pink elephant. Doesn't work. You just thought about a pink elephant. What if I said, think about a blue elephant? Great. That's the best way not to think about a pink elephant, is to instruct your brain to do something that you want it to do. So the brain doesn't understand negatives. It really doesn't. I don't know. Symptoms are definitely not failures. Try not to view yourself as failing just because you still have symptoms. It just means you have not succeeded yet. And I don't know if you folks remember the story of Edison trying to invent the light bulb. Apparently he had, I think it was 10,000 experiments that failed because he did not create the luminescent light bulb after 10,000 tries. And a lot of people were like, you failed 10,000 times. You failed 10,000 times. I think his response was like, no, I've succeeded at proving 10,000 ways that won't create a light bulb. So, you just haven't proven to your brain yet that you're okay. You haven't failed. Your brain just hasn't bought the message yet. It hasn't read the memo, so to speak. So, gonna wrap this one up. It's a gorgeous day. Only got a couple hours before my next call at 7 p.m. If you're interested in kind of fast tracking your recovery, consider joining the group program. Go to painfreeyou.com/join. I do 4, sometimes 3 sessions if I'm traveling, but 4 sessions a week. Each session lasts between 2 to 3 hours. Why does it last so long? Because we got a bunch of people who need some help, and there's a lot of really great discussion. It's not like I sit there with a timer and go, all right, Steve, you got 30 seconds, go. No, we have discussions. I do live coaching on the calls. I answer questions. I help people out. And so, if you're thinking you want a one-on-one call, for a lot less money than a single one-on-one call, which I don't do right now, by the way, because I just don't have the time to meet with that many people individually. But for way less than a single one-on-one call, you can get on a Zoom call with me several times a month, several times a week. Again, 4 sessions a week, all for about $100. And there's a video course that you get access to as long as you're a member. There's a Facebook community where people can lift each other up, share their successes, ask for support. And it's a great option if you would like to really immerse yourself in recovery in the right way instead of trying to figure it out yourself. So, painfreeyou.com/join. And hopefully we'll see you inside. Otherwise, keep on watching these dailies, because I don't really hold anything back. You know, many people are getting better just watching these free daily videos. So you can too. If you want some help getting it done quicker, implementing these concepts, join the group. So, love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.